Hi there. In this practice, we're going to be using some subtle yoga poses and practices to reduce exhaustion and overwhelm. So let's get started. Come on down onto your back. And you can just settle in and get comfortable here. So maybe you'd like to put a blanket under your head or under your knees, whatever is comfortable for you. And we'll begin with just a little bit of rest and interoceptive awareness. So the interoceptive awareness means just kind of noticing, how am I feeling today? How does my nervous system feel? If you're feeling that sense of exhaustion or a sense of just being overwhelmed, just kind of tune into that. And take an intention of self-care and self-nurturing. So we're going to begin with some really small movements. So you'll notice as you're lying here with your palms facing up that your fingers are curled, right? So on your next inhale, start to uncurl your fingers. Maybe they stretch a little bit. And when you exhale, just let them soften and curl up again. You inhale, uncurl your fingers. They don't even have to uncurl all the way, maybe just a little bit. And when you exhale, let them curl up again. Let's do that one more time. Take your time. You can breathe as slowly as you like. You can move as slowly as you like. Now, the next time that you uncurl your fingers, I'm also going to invite you to flex your feet. So inhale, uncurl your fingers and flex your feet. And as you exhale, let them curl back up and let your feet soften and relax. We'll do that again. On the inhale, start to uncurl your fingers and flex your feet. When you exhale, just let everything soften and relax again. And we'll do that one more time. And when you finish this last one, then just be still here. Just let everything go. Soften your face a bit. Let your fingers and your feet be soft. Let your belly be soft. And next, we're going to pick up the left hand. So just kind of prop it up there on your elbow. And start to make a slow circle with your left wrist, just taking as much time as you like. And notice which direction your wrist is going. And you can keep your eyes closed, of course, as you do this, but just kind of it's a lazy, relaxed circle with your wrist. And then when you're ready, go in the other direction. Nice slow circle. Take your time. Nowhere to go, nothing to do, just circling your wrist. And then let that arm relax. And take a breath. And notice any radiant sensations in the left arm. And then we'll prop up on the right elbow and start to make some circles with your right wrist. Again, take your time. Make sure that your back feels okay, by the way, if you're lying flat. And if it doesn't, you want to put a bolster or folded blankets underneath your knees for support. So with the right wrist, we're doing the same thing. Make sure you go in both directions, and you can go as slowly as you like. It doesn't have to be the biggest range of motion you ever made either. This smooth, fluid movement, it's part of the Pawan Mukta Asana series, which is a series of joint rotations that is helpful for reducing the vata in the nervous system. So it's just helpful for soothing the nervous system. So after you finish those circles, then just let the right arm relax too and soften or close your eyes and take a breath and notice. And we're going to start doing the same movement with the left ankle. So starting to slowly move the left ankle and going through that range of motion. Again, it doesn't have to be the biggest range. Smooth, easeful, flowing movement. You might go a little faster or a little slower than me. You don't have to worry about your breath here. And then go in the other direction as well. And then let that left ankle relax and feel the radiant sensations in your hands, in your left ankle, how they feel different than the right ankle and the right foot. And then start to make circles with the right ankle, noticing which direction your ankle wants to move in first. Take your time, it can be really slow, and go in the other direction when you're ready. And then allow your right ankle to just relax. And just be still for a moment, noticing sensations in your hands and your feet. When you're ready, the next one we're going to do is left wrist starts to move as the right ankle moves. So just nice, slow, lazy circles. Take your time circling your left wrist and your right ankle and feel that there's a connection or some kind of a string connecting them. And you can take it in the other direction if you like, that there's a relationship between your left wrist and your right ankle. It's really good for helping the hemispheres of the brain to feel a little more connected, build more connectivity across the corpus callosum. And then you can allow that left arm and that right leg to just be soft and relaxed, but feel the resonant vibrations connecting them. And then the right wrist and the left ankle start to move. And you may notice they want to go in one direction or another. That's okay. Just should feel smooth and connected, connecting your right wrist and your left ankle, feeling the connection of the movement and the sensations. Then you can go in the other direction. Don't worry so much about your breath. Just let it be nice and smooth and even, just like the movement. And once you've finished the round that you're on, just let that go. Let the hand and the foot just relax and feel the connection across your body. Right hand to left foot, left hand to right foot. And now we're going to move all of them. So just start to find some slow circles in your ankles, in your wrists. Take your time. You have all the time in the world, nowhere to go, nothing to do. And then go in the other direction. Well, there's a little bit to do, but not much to do. And then we'll let all of that go and find your rest again. Just take a moment here to be still. Okay, when you're ready, bring your left foot up flat and then your right foot up flat. Let your hands, and let them be comfortable here, and then let your hands come to your belly. And actually, we're going to let the thumbs and the pads of your thumbs rest on your ribs here, and the rest of your hand rests on that upper part of your belly. And the reason we're doing that is because we want to connect the hands to the kidneys behind. Now, of course, you're not like touching your kidneys because they're in the back of your body, but it's as if the energy from your hands is just giving gentle nourishment in through the belly, down into the kidneys, and you can start to feel the lower back sinking into the floor. So getting really flat and then sinking into the floor. For many people, there's like a little arch in the lower back, and we want to just kind of acknowledge that and soften that a little bit, and visualize that you're plugging those kidneys and the adrenaline glands that sit on top of them. You're plugging them into the earth and recharging your batteries here. And we'll be here for another minute or so. So just continue to follow your breath, to allow your hands to send healing energy into your body, into the kidney area. To imagine that you're plugging your kidneys into the earth, your adrenaline glands into the earth, and recharging your batteries. And what else can you soften while you're here? Maybe the space between your eyebrows. Maybe you can soften your jaw muscles a little bit more. maybe the corners of your mouth. Get a little bit softer. And as you're ready, we're going to let the hand slide up to your left knee, holding your left knee here. Okay, so take your left foot off the floor, hold your left knee. You can put the hands on top of your left knee with the fingers pointing towards your ankles if you like, or you could keep the fingers pointing towards each other. When the fingers are pointing towards your ankles, you end up using your belly a little bit more and your arms a little bit less for the movement. So when you're ready, breathe in and let your arms straighten. And then exhale, draw the belly towards your spine and draw your knee in towards your chest. Any amount, doesn't have to come right into your chest, wherever it comes is fine. And then inhale, move it away again. So just take your time. You don't have to go fast here. You can follow your breath, exhaling the knee in and inhaling, moving it away. We'll do one more. And then after this last one, start to make some nice slow circles with that left knee, just taking your time. Again, this is part of the series of joint rotations, or Pawan Mukta asanas, they're called in Sanskrit, that is considered very relaxing for the nervous system. So the nervous system loves the smooth, fluid, slow movement. And then you can go in the other direction. Just taking your time. It doesn't have to be the biggest range of motion, by the way. Just smooth and fluid. It's okay if your other leg moves while you're doing this, by the way. It's very natural for it to want to move. And then when you're ready, place the left foot down on the floor. Place your hands on the floor. And then take a moment here and pause and feel the radiant sensations in your left leg and how they feel different than the sensations in your right leg. And as you're ready, we'll pick the right leg up off the floor. And again, you can put your hands on top of the right knee. Take a breath in with the arms straight. When you're ready, bend your elbows. Begin to bring the right knee in towards the chest. And then inhaling, moving away. Doesn't matter how close your knee comes in towards your chest. If it's hard for you, you might just hold your thigh instead of your knee. That's also just fine. Okay, we're going to do one more of these. Take your time. You have all the time in the world. There's no rush. And when you finish that last one, then we'll start the slow, mindful circles. So take your time here. They can be smaller. They can be bigger. You can go as slowly as you like. You can do them with one hand if you want. You don't have to use two hands. And you'll notice perhaps that the other leg, your left leg, wants to move a little bit, which is just fine. Okay, so after you've gone in both directions a few times, just kind of exploring the sensations and feeling how the hip articulates in the socket here, then go ahead or the leg bone articulates in the hip socket. Then go ahead and put the right foot down, and your hands by your sides. And again, take a moment and tune in to all the radiant sensations in your hips, in your legs. Let's go back with the hands on the belly and plug in one more time, so you're feeling the sense of the kidneys and the adrenaline glands connecting to the earth and recharging. Okay, so next, slide your right hand up to your right knee and take your right foot off the floor, and slide your left hand up to your left knee as you take your left foot off the floor. Straighten your arms, take a breath here. And as you exhale, draw your belly in, knees in towards your chest, and just linger there in your exhale for a moment until your body tells you, okay, time to breathe in again, and then straighten the arms. So you might go a little faster than me, or you might go a little slower than me, because it's your own breathing pace, not my pace. Exhaling, drawing the belly in, and just lingering there. Inhaling away. We'll do two more. Stay in your exhale as long as you like. And when you finish the one that you're on, again, bring your feet flat to the floor, arms by your sides, and just take a moment to be still and notice. Please turn your palms down to the floor. And next time you inhale, push your hands down into the floor, lift your hips up any amount. Might be 1 inch or might be 6 inches. It's up to you. Exhale back down. And do that again. So just take a breath, lift the hips any amount. Push your hands down into the floor. Lower back down. Take your time. So this is the first pose we've done that's taken a little bit more energy. So you might want it to be really small. Or you might want it to be a little bit bigger. Have a sense of when that part of your back, that lower part of your back and the part of your back near your ribs that are related to your kidneys, have a sense of when they lift up off the floor and when they lower back down. We'll do 2 more. You may choose to stay here for a few breaths. That's just fine. Or you may appreciate just going up and down. That's just fine too. So feel free to stay. If you like, you can go right back down. Be here for a couple of nice, long, slow breaths. Take your time. And when you're ready, floating back down again. And resting. You can turn your palms up again. Or if you like, you can put your hands back on your low ribs and feel that like you're sinking your low back into the earth and recharging your batteries. Okay, so let's come up to seated. Take your time. We're going to go nice and slow. So stretch one arm, whichever one you want, up over your head. And then we'll roll to that side. Stay here for a moment. You can tuck your hand under your head if you like. And then use both hands and mindfully press yourself up to seated. Okay, so when you're ready, coming up to seated, you may choose to grab a blanket, just be a little more comfortable, or you could always sit on a bolster as well. We're just going to start here by taking a moment. If you like, you put your hands on your belly or your lap, whatever's comfortable for you. Just take a moment here and kind of soften and tune into the sensations, the feelings in your body, because we were lying down for a while. So see how it feels different to be sitting up. Notice how your breath is moving in your body. And remind yourself, again, there's nowhere to go and not much to do. We're just taking this time for self-care and recharging your batteries. So we're going to begin the seated part of the practice by taking arms out to the side with the palms facing up. And you may sort of feel like you're receiving energy, if you like, prana from the universe. Take a breath. Imagine your hands are full of prana, and you're going to take the right hand and place it on the left side of your chest as you rotate a little bit to the left. And then inhale back to center. And this time take your left hand and put it on the right side of your chest as you go into just a gentle twist here, looking over your right shoulder. Just imagine you're filling yourself up with energy. Breathe in. Gentle energy. It's not like coffee, right? It's more nourishing. It's more like stew. And then inhaling back to neutral. Gather that energy again. And left hand to the right side. Right hand can come down to the floor if you like. Okay, inhale back to center. Now this time, when you put your right hand on the left side of your chest, we're going to stay there. So I'm not suggesting that you twist as far as you can here. It's just a gentle twist. And maybe there's a little bit of a stretch in the neck, taking the head a little bit further over your left shoulder. You're not using your arms much here at all. It's really just using the core muscles to twist. So one more breath. And then inhale back to neutral. And as you exhale, take your left hand to the right side. And we'll stay here for 3 or 4 breaths too. And again, it's not as far of a twist as you've ever done. It's just very gentle. And you're bringing feelings of energy into your body that you're gathering from your hands, from the universe. Last one. And then on your next inhale, float back to neutral. And as you exhale, take that energy, bring it into your heart center. Soften or close your eyes, lower your chin. And just take a moment here to feel a sense of kindness and compassion. Just gently bringing energy into your system. As you're ready, let your eyes float open. And what we're going to do next is take the arms out to the side a little higher. Lift the eyes and pause for 1 count at the end of your inhale. And then as you exhale, bring your hands back to your heart, lower your chin. Now, if that's too much for you, you can bring your arms lower. That's just fine. Or if you want to work harder, bring them higher. So inhale. This time pause for 2. Exhaling back. I'm switching which hand touches my heart first, but if you're not quite there yet, that's okay. And this time, pause for 3. Exhaling back. We're going to do it again, and this time you can pause for 3 if that was comfortable for you. But if you like, you could also pause for 4. And hands come back to the chest. We're going to do it one more time. So you can choose 3 counts, pause, 4 counts, pause, whatever felt comfortable and interesting. And then this time just let the hands touch your chest and then come back down to your lap. So before we do anything else, it's really important, again, to tune in. Soften, close your eyes, tune in. How did your breath feel? How does your body feel? Did you notice a little shift in your nervous system from that one? Okay, take your time. We're going to come up to all fours. And here you are welcome to use your blanket for a little support under your knees. We're going to be playing with that same breath pattern that we were just doing. So on the inhale, so let's just start with an inhale here. Lift your chest and face a bit. You're not arching your lower back, you're keeping the hips pretty neutral. And then when you exhale, lower your forearms down and move your hips towards your heels. If the blanket's in the way, you might want to fold it up. It feels okay to me, but if it doesn't feel good on your arms, move it. Okay, so inhaling up to tabletop. Lift your chest and face. Pause for 1 count. And then exhale back to child's. Put your elbows down first. Lower your chin and then your hips. Inhale, all fours. Lengthen your spine. Pull your hands back towards your knees. Lift your chest and face. Pause for 2. And then round your back and come down. Inhaling up, this time pause for 3. The end of your inhale, pause for 3. And then exhale back down. If that's enough for you, we're going to do it 2 more times. Just do 3. If you want to try 4, that's okay. Okay, 1 more. And this time, when you come into child's pose, we'll stay here. And this is just free breath. So just let yourself breathe freely in child's pose. You can put your forehead on the floor. You can separate your knees a little bit if you like. Maybe arms by your sides if you like. And for some people, that little bit of rocking side to side can feel really good. So if that feels good to you, try it. If you'd rather be still, that's also just lovely. What else can you soften here? And stay here for about 3 more breaths. So what else can you soften? Okay, so when you're ready, press yourself up, and you may want to move your blanket. And then we're going to slide forward onto the belly here. Okay, so with your forehead on the floor and your arms right next to your chest, exhaling completely, feel your belly do a little work, drawing in. And then use your inhales to start to curl your chest open. Pull your hands isometrically towards your waist. And on the exhale, float back down. So this is not about straightening your arm. It's about feeling some mobilization in your chest. Okay, so it's different. So on the next one, inhale and lift up. And then you're going to pause for 1 count. And exhale back down. And you know what we're going to do because we've been doing it. It's the same pattern we've been doing. So inhale, curl the chest up. Pause for 2. And exhale back down. Again, inhale, curl the chest up. Pause for 3. And exhaling back down. And then we're going to do 2 more. And when you come up this time, you may want to pause for 3 or you may want to pause for 4. It's up to you. Last one. And then just rest. So you can put your hands underneath your head if you like, or you could rest with your forehead on the floor, whatever feels good for you. Just take a moment and rest. Kind of feel some of the work we just did. Take yourself slowly, push up slowly, and take a nice long trip back to child's pose. And then just a few free breaths here in child's pose, so take your time. As you're ready, begin to press yourself up. And again, so here we're going to be up on our knees again. So here, patting your knees is probably a good idea. And for this one, the arms are going to go up and then they're going to sweep behind your back as you come into child's. And we'll add some of the breath adaptation here too. So this is the inhale. The arms go up. Lift the eyes if you like. And then exhaling to child's pose. Draw the belly and the hands sweep around to your low back. Okay, now we're going to do that again. Externally rotate your arms, and this time at the top of your inhale, pause for 1. Exhale back down. Okay, we're going to do it again. This time, pause for 2. Exhaling back down. Okay, you might be going a little faster than me or a little slower than me. That's just fine because you want to go at your own breathing pace. Pause for 3. And then we'll do 2 more. And so for these next 2, you can choose how long you want to pause for. So it might be that you feel like pausing for 3 or pausing for 4. It's up to you. Last one. Now this time, after you finish that pause, then just let the arms float down by your sides, and then soften or close your eyes. And this is just a little, like a mini mountain pose. And we'll just stay here for a few breaths, noticing how does your breath feel here? How does your body feel? Okay, put your hands on the floor in tabletop, and then we're going to go back to inhale tabletop, exhale child's, or if you feel like it, you've got some energy, inhale tabletop, exhale down dog. So either of those are fine. Inhale tabletop, exhale child's, or inhale tabletop, exhale down dog. And just follow your breath. There's no, we're not doing any breath pausing here. Last one. Okay, so you could stay for a few more breaths in your child's pose or your downward facing dog pose if you like. And these are just free breaths here. So whatever your breath wants to do. Okay, so as you're ready, let's come down onto the back. And as you come down here, we're going to take the feet up off the floor, give your knees a little hug in, maybe some rocking if you like, and then take your arms out to the side with your palms facing down. Okay, now here's what we're going to do next. We're going to let the right leg, with the knee bent, let the right leg start to move away from the left leg, over to the right. And you're just going to roll over. And now the left leg might come on top of the right leg, but it doesn't have to, okay? And then we're going to take the left leg up, away from the right leg, and it'll just kind of drag the right leg over with it. It's a really very, like not much energy twist is what we're doing. Low energy twist. And then the right leg comes up again and it drags the left leg over with it. Now your head might choose to go opposite. If it does, that's fine. Or it might stay neutral. That's just fine too. So you can kind of think about this like a baby twist. Just taking your time. We'll do one more to each side and then we'll stay for a little bit. Okay, next time that you find your legs over to the right, and again, your head might look left or it might just be neutral. So when you find your legs over to the right, we'll stay here. And we're going to take 3 long breaths, and each exhale, we'll just kind of linger in the exhale. Just kind of stick around in the exhale for a little bit until your body tells you to breathe in again. And then do it again, just lingering in your exhale. Last one. And so you may be breathing a little faster than me or a little slower than me. That's just fine. When you're ready, take the legs back up again and twist over to the other side. And again, we'll be here for about 3 exhales. So don't worry so much about your inhale. Let it be smooth and fluid, but let your exhale be really nice and long. Just very luxurious. You can stay there as long as you want in your exhale. Okay, so when you finish that last one, then go ahead and bring your knees back up. We'll hug them in. And take one foot flat, and then the other foot flat. Let your hands come back to where they were resting before, right on those lower ribs. And feel your lower back resting into the earth. Recharging the batteries, plugging your kidneys in. We're going to get ready for Savasana now, so you're welcome to tuck a blanket or a bolster underneath your knees, or put your legs up on a chair if that's comfortable, or just stretch your legs straight out in front of you. I'm going to sit up, but please get comfortable for your Savasana. Okay, so as you come into Savasana, soften or close your eyes. Begin to notice how your breath is feeling in this moment, how your body feels after that practice. And take a little moment of reflection, a little moment of gratitude for yourself, for that part of yourself that shows up, that wants to help you, wants to do self-care, wants to help you deal with exhaustion, deal with overwhelm. We're going to do a little bit of a body scan. So kind of a little bit of yoga nidra, but not the whole yoga nidra, but just a little bit of body scan yoga nidra. And it's really just Shavasana, but we'll take a little bit of time here. So this is the part of the practice that you really want to be present for. Again, this is like the self-care part that's can be so hard, but is so important. So bring your attention first to your right foot, noticing your right toes, the bottom of your foot, the top of your foot, the heel. And then switch your attention over to your left foot, your left toes, the sole of the foot, the top of the foot, the heel, right ankle, left ankle, right shin, left shin, right calf, left calf, right knee, left knee, right thigh, left thigh, right hip, left hip, right side of the abdomen, left side of the abdomen, right waist, left waist, right low back, left low back, right chest, left chest, right upper back, left upper back, right hand, left hand, right wrist, left wrist, right forearm, left forearm, right elbow, left elbow, right upper arm, left upper arm, right shoulder, left shoulder, right side of the neck, left side of the neck, right side of the face, left side of the face, right side of the head, left side of the head, crown of your head, center of your head, center of your throat, center of your chest, center of your belly, center of the pelvis, pelvic floor. Imagine that your body is recharging from the energy of the earth. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. Let your body continue to relax. And you'll hear my voice again in about 2 minutes. As you're ready, please take a slightly deeper breath. And begin to wiggle your fingers and toes a little bit. And then turn your head slowly to one side. Just feel a little bit of a stretch in your neck. And slowly to the other side. And then back to center. If you like, you can make circles with your wrists and ankles. Take your time. Of course, you're welcome to stay here longer if you like. When you're ready, you can always pause the video. When you're ready, you can bring your feet up flat, roll to your side, and use both hands to come up to seated and take a few moments to notice. How do you feel after the practice? Thank you so much for joining me. Take care.